Wait, what are you
Everyone.
guys? Oh,
What?
sorry.
Gryffindor. I don't know.
Welcome once again to BND Live, the Dungeons and Dragons live stream, where we people attempt something. I don't know. With us as always, we have Stephen S. Finric. That's not true. Are you Finric?
Oh,
You're not Finric. These are the wrong names. God
Oh, I thought he
bro.
was
basic,
going to
man.
say he's not here as usual.
Let's just
Well,
start. We're just
you
gonna
guys playing
start.
without me?
All right. Now do we have the right names? Yeah, sort of. All right. Well, we'll figure that out. We'll fix that. Okay. Let's do a recap. Let's do a recap, shall we? After 9 days of travel, including one humorous incident of mock fighting that Dromm perhaps didn't fully understand the mock nature of, you crossed the River Goliath and arrived at the borders of Ruxar, the elf capital of Lucknow. Erin leaves you at the Golden Leaf, an inn he likes, and sets off for South Gorson to see how things are progressing now that the old tyrant king is dead. Ostad the owlbear stays in a nearby tree, and Vinny confirms that all the members of the Vivendar family were, in fact, murdered 2 years ago. The next morning, Dagal, on the way to the library, you stop briefly at Sarna's Sanatorial, and Lily gets some potions, while the others decide not to. True to his word, Erin did note your coming down, although it was with Diebald Nixdorf, a somewhat eccentric librarian gnome who immediately wants to show you an elevator that he sets off on with Lily, looking for flowers of the gods instead of information on the beams of the moon. So that's where we'll pick up. And to give you an idea of this library, it's obviously quite large. I think we described that last time. But Dromm, Vinny, and Sir Pen are left wondering where Lily has just gone on her wild ride.
Oh, we'll find her.
Before we pick up with Lily and Diebald, what are you guys going to do? You're standing by yourselves now in the library.
I would like to check out a book.
Yeah, me too.
Is there a librarian?
You are surrounded by books. There's no librarian within sight.
Hello?
There's sort of the whole place is lit with sort of a magical glow. No flames, you'll notice. So you call that hello, Drum?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. You don't hear anything.
Can I cast Mage Hand and pull a book off a shelf and bring it to me?
Absolutely. Just any random book.
A red book.
A red book.
One that has been read in the past.
No, it has to be colored red.
Oh.
Sure.
But what about a red book?
You cast Mage Hand, and it hovers over to a nearby shelf, and it pulls down a book.
My favorite book.
What book is your favorite book?
How to start a business when your only cousin is a dentist.
Loosely translated.
It's Elvish.
Have you read any other books?
That's the only one I've read.
I am looking for a book. If you can grab one off the shelf for me that is about the history of dragons in the Urska Mountains.
Would that be a blue book?
Well, it's a blue dragon, so yes. So in that sense, it would be a unread book.
I pull a book off the shelf with mage hand. A blue book.
Oh my god, roll a d20.
Ooh.
Vinny.
4. I feel like that's good luck.
Did you say 4?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But it was a high 4.
Good to know. Do you look at it first, or do you hand it straight to Dromm?
I hand it straight to Dromm. If possible, the hand brings it to Dromm. I don't even touch it.
Dromm, what languages do you speak?
Speak?
Read?
None?
All right. You'd have a book. You'd have a book in your hands.
Has lots of pages.
Hmm.
It is not red.
Can you read it to me?
What languages do you read, Vinny?
Good question. The answer would be Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Orc, and Thieves' Cant.
All right. Yep, it's in Elvish. It is a recipe book focusing primarily on souffles.
Oh. Dromm, I think this is exactly what you were looking for.
Oh yeah? What does it say?
So get some milk, get 2 eggs, get a bowl, and beat it.
Just
And then breathe on it for approximately 10 to 15 minutes.
That sounds like one of my mom's kids.
Is that like a dragon's incantation?
I think so. It's a little hard to read. I'm not sure what language this is, but I can read it. But not 100%. So it's I'm kind of winging it up for a bit here.
Mate, can I see that book again?
Yes, here it is.
Okay. I give it to Serpent. And Serpent, can you read this?
No, I can only read Primordial, Common, and Vidalcan.
Well, it doesn't sound like what I was looking for, Vinny. But maybe try the next one.
All right, I summon the next blue book.
Excuse me. What do you think you're doing?
This blue book is talking to us.
And you look over and you see a taller, well, those are usually tall, but this one's exceptionally tall. Elf walks up to you. Which librarian is escorting you around?
They left for the bathroom. They had a case of the elves. The elf runneth the elves. They had to go. You are our librarian now.
Give me a deception check.
Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be good. 19.
She looks at you, looks over at Serpent, looks at Dromm. You signed in at the front?
Yes.
And who was with you?
An elf?
No. No.
The librarian.
No.
An elf-brarian.
No.
A gnome-brarian?
Librarian.
What was your librarian's name?
We didn't pay attention. They just said, I'll be your librarian. That's what we heard.
What are your names?
I'm Dromm.
Mm.
Nice to meet you, Dromm.
What's your name?
I am Caloran Nalonia, the head librarian.
Oh, fantastic.
You are who we need. Welcome.
To
There's
us.
something wrong. It's got something. Was your librarian? Was it a gnome with dark hair, shoulder length?
That's who it was, all right.
All right.
Nice enough.
What are you looking for?
Blue and red books.
No.
Hold on.
So I grew up in the Averska Mountains, and
Come a long way.
some time ago I developed some unusual abilities, and I was looking to find some literature about the history of magic and dragons and such things, the arcane in the Averska Mountains.
Give me a persuasion check.
Haha, nat 20. 23.
Ooh.
When it
Maybe I'm
counts.
with this.
So,
Or wouldn't you? It's true.
Dromm, was it?
That's-
You
Yes.
said that you discovered these abilities of yours after an encounter with a blue dragon?
Well, no, but they're the only. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, sorry, point of order. Am I not sure what happened? I feel like I'm not sure what happened.
I think that's what we discussed like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah, that it was an encounter with something, but that I don't necessarily
Actually, that's
remember
not long ago. Drone's newer than
what
that,
it
but
was.
yeah. Okay, all right.
I'm not sure what it was, but in where I'm from, the only other thing other than me that I'm aware of that has powers is the blue dragon.
All right. I am intrigued by your story. As a librarian, I am duty sworn to help those in the pursuit of knowledge. You, sir, she turns to Serpent. And what are you looking for?
I am looking for any books on my oaths of the ancients. It's been some time since I've read up on my oath, and I'm curious to know a little bit more. I am a paladin, as you can tell.
Yes. All right. Interesting. And you are looking for blue and red books?
Preferably with pictures. Yes.
Right. We have a whole room for you.
I feel like it's the children's section.
She takes out a bell and she rings it, but it doesn't make any noise.
I heard it.
And after a few moments, 2 more librarians come up. Let's see. Looks librarian. We have this guy. You will be in good hands. And she turns to Vinny. What was your name again?
Vinny?
Vinny, please accompany me.
Oh.
All right, so Dromm, you are paired up with Lady Erin, and she's going to whisk you away and start. So you can tell her what you just told Lauren.
Okay. So I was from the Averska. No, oh, I see.
Perfect character. Serpen, you were with Killian Pollenfield. And
Killian.
he is definitely a librarian. Very excited to show you all the information they have about paladin oaths and various other related tomes. The original librarian leads you, Vinny, back. Give me a perception check.
Uh-oh. 16.
You realize that she's leading you back to the entrance.
Uh-oh.
Right this way, Vinny.
Okay.
And when she gets to the front desk, she's like, "There's the exit. Have a good rest of your day."
Are you kicking me out of this library? This is my hometown.
This is your hometown.
Well, not this library, but
So,
the town.
Takes another look at you.
Mhm.
You do look a little familiar, actually. Do I know your family?
You might have known them years ago. The Vivendaires. Oh, that's right. You wouldn't know them anymore.
Come with me.
We got some red books.
She leads you over to a door that almost blends in. It's not like a secret door, but it's over in a corner and it blends in. And she takes out a thick key ring and unlocks it and leads you into a well-appointed study. Are you... How are you here?
It wasn't easy. I probably shouldn't be here. But thanks to my grandfather.
And your bad temper.
I don't have a bad temper. Who the hell said that? No, thanks to my grandfather, I've got some extra skills that enable me to survive, whereas the rest of my family did not. It's been a long road from then till now, but
So
this is my first time back in this town.
Are you here seeking information on your family's history or on their deaths?
I am always seeking information on their deaths. I'm still trying to find out. I believe I'm on the right trail to finding out who did this. I'm pretty sure I have a real good idea who did it. Nothing's ever 100%, but I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
As you know, the Terma keeps Ruxar safe, but we have not... We know that there is a black dragon claiming more and more territory to the west. Your family was unfortunately not the first nor the last to have been wiped out.
I believe it. I'm pretty sure that black dragon you speak of is my prime suspect.
His influence is spreading further and further. His cult has taken up root in Silent as well and disrupted some of the trade that's been going on there.
He's a dick.
How can I assist you?
I'm trying to find out as much as I can on where he lives, where he goes, who knows him, how I can find him, where he's been, who works for him, any information that could help me track him down and find him when he's vulnerable.
Interesting.
If you know anything related to any of that, it would absolutely be helpful.
I could certainly lead you to our archives on black dragons.
That would help.
All right. follow me.
I admit I don't know much about dragons.
All right, so you are now following the head librarian to the dragon section. We'll flash back over to Lily, who, after being whisked along on what the gnome called an elevator, but which apparently can go multiple different ways.
It's a Wonkavator.
It's a Wonkavator, exactly. You end up in a aisle of books, and the gnome pops off and heads over. You sort of get out of it a little unsteady on your feet. He walks over to a tome, sort of pulls it off the shelf right away, first try, opens it up, flips through the pages, and he just starts to read. Oh, Shantae, the Earth Mother, often depicted with an apple in her hand. Perhaps apple blossoms are what you're looking for?
Maybe a goddess of the sky.
Goddess of the sky.
Kind of like how we have like the big ball of brightness in the sky.
Here's another
A
one who has
twin?
flowers. A Sylvanus. He's more of a wild nature god. He's got a symbol of oak trees. Do oak trees have flowers? A god in the sky, you say? Like a star god.
Yes, like
star
that,
god.
but it would kind of be like a sibling to the star that we have already.
Why are we looking for flowers then?
It's probably because they're so beautiful.
Oh, all right, yeah, they are quite lovely. Yeah, and he opens up a page to an illustrated image of, I don't know, some kind of begonia or something.
Lovely. Yes. Maybe something something that's supposed to occur in the evening or when it's darker outside. A goddess of the evening.
I think I have just the place. Here, follow me again. We get to ride the elevator once more. He jumps in.
Oh, great.
Phew, you fly off again. Sir Pen, you actually also got to ride a different elevator.
Oh.
Not quite as driven, not quite as recklessly as the one that Lily has enjoyed. But the room is full of both texts about different paladin orders and oaths, but also written by them. There's many volumes of sort of logs of the minutes of different orders that have either donated their books or that have shut down, and the library has collected them over the years. But it is quite an extensive collection. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Anything on the oath to the ancients?
And in what, I guess, do you have? Do you as a player, Nakul, have a goal?
Not really. I don't know. I feel like I haven't done much with my oaths, and maybe it's time to read up on them. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So you, your librarian helps you find a book, and you start sort of flipping through it. There's periodically in the spread around the library, there are sort of little nooks with tables and chairs and comfortable things, and the magical lanterns can be brought from their mounts to wherever you need to read. And so you're reading about the Oath of the Ancients, and the Oath of the Ancients is as old as the race of elves and the rituals of the druids. Sometimes called Fey Knights, Green Knights, or Horned Knights, paladins who swear this oath cast their lot with the side of the light in the cosmic struggle against darkness, because they love the beautiful and the life-giving things of the world. Not necessarily because they believe in the principles of honor, courage, and justice. But they adorn their armor and their clothing with images of growing things, leaves, antlers, flowers, to reflect their commitment to preserving life and light in the world.
Well, that gives good perspective. It's been a while since I've heard that.
You sit there and you immerse yourself in the book and some others that the librarian brings over. And do you have inspiration currently marked on your?
No, I think I used it.
All right, go ahead and give yourself inspiration again.
Ooh, that's under the heel, right? No, where is it again?
It's around there.
Oh, there it is. Yep, I got it.
It's around there. All right, Dromm, you are on a quest to learn. Can people be imbued with magical abilities, or what sorts of phenomena can do that, or specifically linked to dragons, or what?
Yeah, it's sort of a melange. But yeah, any stories of I wouldn't I think know it as wild magic, but
Yeah.
any sort of stories about instances of that, connections with dragons, connections, if they're local to where Dromm lives, if there's any other instances in history.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she has taken you to the dragon section. Give me an investigation check with advantage, since you have the librarian helping you.
$14.
Okay. All right, so you, there are some things about blue dragons in general, and you are fascinated by that. So you sit down and start to read it.
Who reads it to me?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, she hands you a couple of books. And yeah, so let's do that interaction. So she hands you a couple of books. She's like, I think these could be useful.
Fantastic. So is there somewhere we can sit for you to read them to me?
I'm sorry, what was that?
We could stand.
No, the reading part.
Oh yeah, I might need a little help with them.
Ah, I see. Well, very well. You have gained the favor of the head librarian. I am at your service. What? Let's see. Well, this is a overview of blue dragons. They are vain. They are territorial. They prefer arid deserts, mountains around them, dry steppes, searing badlands, that sort of thing. They're quite deadly. All dragons are. Dragon's Lair. Let's see, barren places. Oh, lightning breath, of course. Yeah, you could see crystallized. They like to crystallize the sand around. Makes quite beautiful caverns, apparently, until you are killed, of course. They can have minions. They covet valuable and talented creatures whose services reinforce their whims. Now, you said that you haven't actually seen or been with a blue dragon.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I lived in I grew up in a village that on a mountain that was,
Right.
terrorized.
Terrorized. That sounds terrible. All right, maybe. And where was that? You mentioned a mountain range. I'm sorry.
The Averska Mountains in the northwest of Destin?
All right. Well, let's go check there, perhaps. Perhaps there's a history of that area. Perhaps events of the past that could have influenced you, or perhaps your ancestors.
Mhm.
All right. She puts back that book, and you get. Yeah, she leads you over to an elevator. Boom. And you see arriving, sort of going the other direction, Vinny, boom, with the headlight right. And Vinny, you get off in the dragon section, and get led over to sort of the black dragon section, as it were. Oh gosh, what was her name? Deloren.
These books are all black.
Caloran. There's a mix, but yes, most of them are probably black. And you start pulling out books on dragons. Can you give me an investigation check with advantage?
Yes, I can.
Check your time.
1 minute.
17. Yes,
399 people.
22.
22.
Yep,
All right.
at 10,000.
Yeah. It's not great. Black dragons tend to be the most evil-tempered of the dragons. They collect treasures of fallen peoples. And you were one of the people in the lair, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, Vinny was, yeah. So you're reading things about their lairs. They enjoy swamps, ruins where kingdoms once stood, and you're now remembering that the sort of the entrance that you went in was sort of the crumbling staircase, and you were finding
This all
sort of
fits.
the underground. You know, the ground had sunken over the years, and if you remember correctly, you were going. What was basically the first floor to you was really the second floor, and where you then found that sort of guardian beast in there. So it's like,
This
okay,
book is
this
accurate.
this is making sense to you.
Mhm.
They also they can be brutal and cruel, both to of course people they're conquering, but also their followers, and they tend to have sort of cult-like followings. They're very ambitious. They don't have a lot of respect for the other dragons. Their lairs, of course, can be quite dangerous. You do read that some black dragons are known to have the ability to change their shape.
Well, that wouldn't be good.
You also, you said a 22.
22.
There is a bestiary in the dragon section that Caloran brings over to you, and it is speaking to the sort of the dragons of Centralia, and it makes mention. This is a general bestiary. Hold on 1 second, sorry. It is listing both, there are some first-hand accounts. There are some rumors that the author had collected traveling all over Centralia. And it makes... You see the sort of the oldest entry. They've sort of arranged this bestiary of dragons and their ilk. There is talk of a fey green dragon that crossed over to Centralia. And you're sort of cross-referencing the years. And you know the current year as 2700 DS. And you notice that this year is written with a negative number, which strikes you as odd. It is negative 321. Doing some quick math, you realize that perhaps these rumors, these stories go back over 3,000 years.
That's pretty
and
interesting.
This is of a green dragon that had its run, basically, of Centralia for many millennia, or no, many centuries. But ultimately, though it is unconfirmed by this author, made its home in what is now, there's sort of a map, and although it goes by a different name, you realize that this is probably the area of in between North and South Corson, what is now North and South Corson. Following through that bestiary, you see note of a blue dragon. Whoa. That was fascinating. Did you guys hear that?
9,600.
Hold on one second. That's fascinating. Wait, sorry. What did you say about 9,600? What did you say?
Oh,
Oh, you're
I'm
at
just thinking about
9,600?
9,600 dragons.
Yeah, no, I'm at 0.
Oh,
You got 10 minutes. Go.
Well, it says you'll be redirected as soon as possible. That's fascinating, but it's not doing anything. I hope I didn't mess it up by going to that other website. Oh, wait a
don't
minute.
click anything. Don't click anything.
Here we go. I'm agreeing to something. It's going to be really confusing to anyone watching, but luckily no one watches this.
Is it in Japanese?
It is not. It is in English.
It's good.
Okay. Select. Loading. Great. And not unsurprisingly, everything is sold out.
Oh,
Let's see.
All that just to get in to see that?
Wait a minute. There does seem to be something on the 21st. 4 p.m. on the 21st.
will you still be there?
I'm going to do that. That's going to... Oh my gosh, what is going on? This website is not formatted correctly. What is going on? I can't see the whole button. What if I control minus? Zoom out. Ooh, that works. Okay, great. That worked. Click that. Okay, 3, 2, enter. Email address. Okay, this is good. Amazing. Telephone number, including gonna cause the stream to go crazy. Fix that later. All my hotkeys are on number keys.
Water. Oh.
This is amazing.
I'm good.
Okay, I need to drag some popcorn into there. That's amazing. That keeps the bots out, I guess. Okay, this is the 21st. This is incredible. Yeah, this looks good. Group leader's name, that would be my name. Unbelievable.
We had some left.
Christmas miracle.
There are other scary things back there. An old onion. So good.
Okay, continuing. 5 tickets. Oh my gosh. Trying to decode ticket price, total amount $38, way less than 500.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Oh, so far so good, but nothing's sure until it's gone through, right?
That's true.
I love how there's like bits of music playing. Stream has no idea what's going on. That's what's going on. Purchase complete. Holy nuts.
Oh, you did it?
Holy nuts.
It worked.
It worked.
But you said for the 21st?
It's for the 21st, which is okay, and I'll explain why later. But it's all, wow, that is incredible. Amazing. All right.
Who was worried?
Who
Not
was
me.
worried? Not me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are we still muted? No. Okay, great. Something's muted. Something's providing audio. That was providing audio. Okay. Now we're back. Sorry for that. Sorry for that intermission, everybody. I had no idea what was going on. My brain is completely reset.
So it's official. You got it?
Yeah.
That's
Good.
awesome.
It's
So
good.
you're going to still be there that long?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's literally the second to last day. It is the day that I'm meeting up with my cousin. And so I bought 5 tickets, one for him and his son. So both kids are going to get to do it.
That works even better.
I know,
That's
dude.
awesome.
It's kind of amazing.
Kismet.
See, it's one of those things. I mean, you're still meant to go, just weren't meant to buy it
It was
when they thought
written.
you were.
Unmitigated joy. That's incredible.
Good for you, man.
Thank you guys. All right. Who is talking to who? What was going on? Dragons? Talking about
Something
dragons?
about
Librarian
blue
was giving us a bag
dragon.
of gold.
blue dragons. You already went over the black and the green.
Yeah, no, this
And now
like
you're on the blue.
you guys have traveled so long to get to this library, and you just rolled a 22. The lore book is open. All right, so blue, Scourge. Scourge is the most accurate name that I can find it. The author is describing it as Scourge. People call it Scourge. It knows that it's probably not its true dragon name, but it's what it's got. And
Didn't think it'd be that bad.
mountains
Blue.
near Dessin.
Uh-oh.
Now, this is Vinny, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There is mention. It's very odd because this is a bestiary. You're reading about dragons. Now, to be fair, they mention their hordes. They mention, what types of things different dragons have been known to collect from people who have been lucky enough to emerge. Now, some of these are people who maybe never went. They're just lying. This guy's tried to sort through and tried to find corroborating evidence. It's been difficult. Many of these dragons haven't been seen for hundreds, if not thousands of years. There is mention of Scourge having a piece of a tablet that is of note enough that it has been passed down through the hundreds of years. For some reason, Scourge treasured this piece of a tablet. Interestingly enough, as you're reading through, that sort of stuck out to you. You see reference to another tablet when reading about a red dragon that is in theory on Centralia, though it hasn't been seen in over 900 years, called Kyanmar.
Hey.
There are two more entries that catch your eye. One is of a white dragon, common name Snowcrest. And now, knowing what stood out in these previous entries, you notice yet again a mention of a broken piece of a tablet. And the last known location of Snowcrest was in Torin. The final entry, and the one with the most information, is on a black dragon. And this one, the dragon's both the true name is known, rather. And it's Neek Kameh.
I write this down in my elf journal.
And has been known that its lair is probably in the bogs of Karathor.
Ooh. This is a book handwritten by someone, right?
Oh yeah, all of these are handwritten.
Can I add in at the bottom that it was definitely in that bog? It's confirmed.
How would you like to do that?
Is the librarian nearby?
The librarian is nearby. She is sort of like finding books that she thinks might be useful. She's sort of like...
Maybe you get an addendum
I'm
added.
gonna ask her first and say,
Okay. What would
hey,
you like to say?
I can vouch for this fact. I know for a fact that this is true. It's not a guess anymore, that it's absolute. Can I just scribble in at the bottom here that...
Can you
Yep.
scribble?
Well, I will write...
I'm sorry? In one of the books of this library?
I mean, how do these words get in here anyway? I was just going to write yuppers. Is that a no?
That is a no. However, I shall procure some proper parchment. You may write upon that and we will include it loose, mind you, not bound, in the book.
You're the champ. That's why you're the best
I repeat,
librarian.
Do not lay quill or pen to paper in my library unless explicitly given permission by me.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any pens on you?
No. I know a Sir Pen, no.
I will be back with the proper parchment and the proper quill and ink. She hustles off. All right, Lily, at long last, you have arrived in a section. It was a long ride. Oh, yeah, no, I think that, there are ancient texts that, speak of gods that are no longer with us.
Yes, yes. This is what I'm
Yes.
looking for.
Yes. And so you proceed to look. Give me an investigation check with advantage.
Ugh. Where'd it go? There it is. I can't do a right click because I'm using a tablet.
How embarrassing.
I know,
Classic.
it is sad. 12.
12. All right. It takes you a while. But you are eager. Diebold is eager. While eccentric, he does seem to know this library extremely well. And though it takes a while, you find reference to Saloon, the goddess of the moon. What languages do you read?
So Lily is common, dwarf, halfling, and sylvan.
Okay, all right, Sylvan. Okay. Some
That's the
parts.
thing.
This is definitely ancient Sylvan. Diebold can help out. There's a different year marking. It is just a number, but from the context and from Diebold, you are able to ascertain that this long number is in fact a year. And it speaks of a time when the goddess Saloon was assaulted by what is only listed as Lolth, Lolth. And there is some astronomical diagrams nearby that show sort of paths of both planets, stars, and other celestial bodies. And the star of Corley, which is the world you're on the continent of Centralia, on the world of Corley. The star's name is Suve. And this is when Saloon would be the book references, roughly translated to, facing the full force of Suve. And you sort of read into this, and you realize that this is when Saloon, the goddess's power, when she is at her weakest. Basically, literally, when the stars align. And she triumphs over this dark goddess, this Lolth. However, there is another entry in a different novel or a different tome where the Lolth tries again. And this time, Saloon sacrifices herself to keep Lolth from entering the material plane. And there is talk of the sky going dark at night for the first time, and of massive flooding, and you see references to other books that you could look up. You're basically gonna take a couple hours to do this. This is gonna be a long time. But basically, this event was sort of catastrophic to all shorelines.
Can I ask Diebold if I could get some parchment and pen and quill so that I can take notes?
Absolutely. You can definitely do that. Yep. No, he's very excited. Um, basically, though she kept this evil out of the world, her leaving the sky, and you're sort of like referencing these like you're drawing your little like your pins in your yarn, and you're realizing that there are events that you've heard songs of as a child. You're not Agnes, but you've heard songs, and you're sort of like you're drawing these connections. Maybe you even actually, you know what? You probably sending Stone Agnes.
Okay.
You probably
Yeah.
sending Stone Agnes, and you guys are like piecing this together, like sending Stone, right? Dieball's like looking at you weird when you're like staring off in space for a while. But basically, there are some catastrophic events, primarily focused around the shorelines, but there's also talk of earthquakes and all this stuff that happened. And the weirdest thing that sort of sticks out to you, actually, give me an insight check. And since you're with Agnes, give me an insight check with advantage.
Oh, I almost feel like Agnes would probably have the better insight anyway.
I'll allow it. You can use her plus if you want.
Okay. I have to get.
Realistically, it's well, actually, this might be Let's do it. Let's do the check. In theory, these checks just sort of like how long does it take you?
Yeah.
If it's a if it's in a reasonable threshold, right? That's sort of where my logic is.
Yeah, Agnes's insight is +9, and Lily's is +1.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so that's gonna be 21 for
All right.
Agnes.
All right, 21 for Agnes. All right. There are some words that don't make a ton of sense. But talking to Agnes remembers. Did Lily go to the ritual in the basement?
I am not 100% certain.
I
I
know
feel
we
like
talked about this.
she might have gone.
Agnes definitely did.
Agnes definitely did, and Agnes also has the song that she wrote down from Dessen.
Awesome. All right. So there's like references to like binding and chains, and like Agnes is like, wait a minute, like there was that ritual of Saloon where we like wrapped the chains around our arms and we like all like kneeled and like what the heck, and so you have this moment of revelation. It seems that when Saloon sacrificed herself, she's no longer in the sky in a physical manifestation, but she is now shackled to and inside the planet, keeping it from basically a planet that has a moon. If it were to lose its moon, it would destroy itself, because it is used to that gravitational pull. This is where now you're getting insight into Shawn's grand plan that he made some 3 years ago about why there's no moon, and if there was a planet with a moon and then it's lost its moon, what would happen? And yeah.
Of course, Agnes and Lily would be the ones who are interested in
yes. And Agnes and Lily, you're now realizing that every port you've ever gone to, you've walked uphill to get to the town. And the earthquakes and the chains having just come from this strange construct in the middle of these blessed mountains, you're making some connections here. And I think with that, we're going to end for tonight. And we'll figure out what happens in August.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm not gonna remember any of this. It's a good thing I wrote it down.
Sorry for the disruptions. Sorry for the late start. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next time on BND Live.